Hello YouTube, welcome once again to this channel. This is Otabo, and in today's video I'll be showing you how the Royal Q trading bot actually works. I'll be going into details on the trade setups and the different configurations, explaining to you the key details that you need to know rather than asking a lot of questions to whoever introduced you to the trading bot. I'll try to be as concise as possible to show you the different things you need to know about the bot and how it works. So you should know what happens when you're losing a trade, what happens when you're winning a trade, and also as a background study, I'll also show you the different the market setups on the Binance, how you can see the way the market moves, and then so you can know when to enter a trade, and then also know if when you are holding a loss, know what is happening and when to expect that trade to turn and go back to profit. So guys, welcome, and we'll start off shortly. Quickly, I want you to go to your Binance app so you can see the chart on each coin that you are trading or that you want to trade. So once you're on your Binance, at the bottom you see the home, you see the next thing, which is markets. So I want you to click on this market. So once you click on this market, you see some already some coins that are listed already. So but if none of the ones you're trading or that you're interested in is there, so just click on the search bar. So search for the coin that you want to see what's happening. So when you search for the coin, you can search for maybe BTC. Just type BTC and you see BTC against different currencies. But particularly we're looking at the USDT, so you click on this against the USDT. So once you click on this, you will then see the chart. You see the chart. In my previous video I explained that was more detailed on showing you the chart and how to spot when to get into a trade. You can watch that in this channel. I have that on this channel as well. I think 2 videos before now. So once you have done this, once you click on this chart, if not BTC USD, you can also search for any other coin that interests you. You can look for SLP, you can look for whatever coin, BNB, whatever it is that you're looking for. So once you click on it, and you see what the chart looks like. You see on top, you see the different time frames: 1 day, 1 month, 3 weeks, and the rest of them. So ideally, on that chart, you have different candlesticks, which represents how the market moves in a period of, it depends on what you chose here. If it is 1 day, if it is monthly, if it is 1 week, you will see each candle represents what happened within that period of time. I also talked about that in the previous video. I also dropped the link to understand each of these candlesticks in that description. You can look at that video. I'll also post the link to that video on this channel. So quickly, how does this help you as a Royal Q user? Now, the Royal Q bot actually it buys for you when price is low and sells off when the price goes up. So on the chart, on the larger frame, the chart looks like this, or it looks like this. You see it looking like that. So I advise people to always start a coin when you see it doing this, when it's in an uptrend, not when it's on a downtrend. Because what the Royal Q bot does is, once you hit that start button, example, price is let me take this off. For example, price is, let's say, here. So once you hit the start button, what it does for you is it starts buying. Depends on your setting. We'll also go to the setting in a couple of minutes. So it depends on the setting that you chose, how many times you want the bot to buy for you. So once you start, it buys for you at this price in anticipation of price going up. So once price goes up, depending on your setting, it sells for you and then keeps your profit straight into your Binance. It happens again. If price comes down, it buys. Price goes up, it sells. It's happening all keep going like that. Now a lot of people will complain now, oh, what's happening now? I've been holding a trade for too long, it's in great loss. The market doesn't go like this. It's not one straight line that just keeps going and price keeps increasing. No, price is bound to retrace. Price is bound to come back for a retracement. It's bound to pull back. See it as a vehicle going from Enugu to Lagos. Of course, don't just go straight. You have to branch off and get fuel, and people stop at the park at some places and get food to eat. So see it like that. So price will always up, retrace, up, retrace. At times the retrace might even be longer. So these are what are called the dips. That's why people say, oh, the dip is your friend. So when price goes into such dips, that is when you should buy. So when you're looking at it, if you've done this on your Binance, search for a coin. So look for the one that has gone deep. So that way, once you start it at the dip, so once it keeps going up, it makes profits for you. It makes profits for you. So note that if you start a trade, if you start a coin and the price goes down, of course, one thing about the Royal Cube bot is it doesn't sell for you at the loss. So that's why people say you never make a loss actually, because it holds that coin for you. It holds that coin at this price that you bought it. So let's look at it as yam in the market. Let's look at the coin as the yam in the market. So the price of yam right now is I bought yam 2 days ago for 800 naira. Buhari. So the bot buys for you at 800 naira, and then in anticipation that price will go up to maybe 900 naira before it sells and keeps your profit of 100 naira in your Binance. But unfortunately, price starts to go down. Price goes down to 700, price goes down to 600. It keeps going down. So that's why you see in your, if each coin that you're holding, you see the floating loss and the rest of that. I'll explain that in detail. So basically, as the price is coming down, the bot is holding them for you. So you're holding this yam. You have a yam. Nobody is taking your yam away from you. If you go to your Binance and you go to under your wallet on your Binance, go to wallet. Wallet should be, I think, the last on the bottom page. On the bottom, you see wallet there. So once you click on wallet and you click on up, you see overview, you see spot. Click on spot. Click on spot. You will still see, so you see what the bot is holding for you. You would see yam. I'm using yam as an instance, but you see the coin. If it's ETH against the USDT, you see it. You see if it's SLP you're holding, you will see it there listed on amongst your spots. Listed, it's listed there. The different coins, the different items the bot is holding for you. So back to this explanation now. So the bot buys for you 800, price is going down to 700, going down to 600. So on your spot, you see it there. You see your yam here. You see the current price. If you notice, it keeps fluctuating. So you see the current price which it is at the moment. So the bot doesn't sell for you at a loss. And of course, here's the trick now. As the price is falling, you can decide on your own if you want to close it. Oh man, I'm tired of holding this yam in the house. Let me sell it off. So you can decide on your own to sell the yam at whatever price it is at the moment. But if you hold, which of course, I think a coin holder should be an investor. So you can try to hold that yam. Of course, in Nigeria, things don't go down and things don't go down, of course. So price would eventually start to go up. So when the price of yam gets up to past this 800 naira level on the chart, maybe it gets to 850. Now depends on your setting. Now the bot sells for you and then takes your profit straight to your Binance. So interesting. So it sells your yam and then your profit goes straight to your Binance. So if you are on cycle on the coin, if you're on cycle on your coin, remember during your trade setting you see the option of cycle and there's also an option of one shot. There are these two options. So if your coin is on cycle, what happens as this yam that you bought for 800 naira has been sold for 850? If you're on cycle, the bot sells at this 850 and buys again. So it buys this coin, it buys this yam again at the same 850 in anticipation of price going up to sell higher. So it's a cycle. it keeps going on and on and on. So it buys and sell and buys and sell and buys and sell. So, but in the instance of one shot, if you put your coin on one shot, if it buys the yam at 800 naira, and then price does all of this, and then so once it's coming back, once it depends on your setting. If you put your setting at 1%, or depends on your take profit ratio you've selected. So once it sells at that same 850 or 900 naira, boom, that's it. Your profit goes to your Binance, and it doesn't buy again. The trade ends. It ends. So that is one shot, just one, boom, and it's out of the market for you. All right. So since I started off with the example of yam against the USDT, now remember this is an example. On your Binance, on your Real you won't see yam. This is an example. You will probably see ADA against the USDT. You will see BTC against the USDT. You will see SUN, GRC, and a lot of them. But this is an instance, very practical example here, so that you will be able to understand this. So on your home or on your quantitative, you see whatever coin you're holding as this. You see it as this. You see it as this on your home. If you have multiple coins you're holding, you will see different one of them. If you're holding yam against USDT, you're holding beans against the USDT, and so on. You see them all like that. So let me show you what all of this means now. So if you bought that yam at 800, remember on your market, on your Binance chart, it looks like this is 800 naira. This is the price at the time you started. Is at the time you started the trade. So, like for example, we're going to the trade setting in the next part. Now, in your trade setting, maybe you chose for the bot to buy each one for, let's say, 2 times. 2 times. Don't worry, you get a hold of it in the next video. I'll show you. So the quantity is going to say 2. For example, 2. Or it can even be 1. It depends on where the price has reached. I'll show you that in the next video, which is in the next should I say slide, in the next presentation from after this one, because it depends on how far you set it. That's what determines how many it buys and what time it buys it. So you're going to have here how many times the bot has bought this particular commodity for you, in this case yam. So the price will show you the current price. You bought at 800. This is the chart. So the chart is like this. For example, for Adventure, price is here right now. Price is 700 naira. So it will show you 700 here as the current price of yam. And then what's your floating loss? Since you bought the coin at 800 and it is current price is at 700, so it will show you 100 here as your floating loss. Remember, I'm just using this as an example. You have it on your maybe BTC. The difference between the price you bought and what price is, that will be the loss that you're incurring. It also depends on the quantity that the bot has purchased for you. Now the increase is the percentage it has increased for that day. Maybe when the day started, price has gone 15% higher or 50% lower. So it will show you that. In this case now, if this price has gone down, there will be definitely a decrease in the price. So it will be in minus. If it was above, then we'll see it as plus. If it had gone up from this, it will be a positive. But since price is still going down, the value of the price is dropping by, let's say, minus 10% or so. So for the particular day which we are in, this is the increase. What has happened to the commodity? What has happened to yam in this day? How many percent has it increased with, or has it increased or decreased with? So, but for here, this will show you the percentage, the overall percentage of this commodity you're holding. To show us, for example, this will be reading in negative since the price dropped. So it means as a percentage from how much we bought and how much price is, how many percent has it dropped? We'll see that here. So I think that's about it for this. That's about okay. All right, so now we'll be moving on to our trade setting. And my recommended settings, and also so you understand what each of these means. So for the first buying amount, depending on how much you have in your account and how many coins you want to hold. So let's say an instance you have 140 USDT in your spot balance. So for your first buy amount, you can have 10 USDT. So what does that mean? That means that each time the bot buys, remember the chart. So each time it buys, it buys with 10 USDT. Now if you click the coin you're holding right now and look, you see it. You see the amount. Either it's 30 or it might be 70 USDT, or depending on the amount that it currently bought those coins. So for the first buy amount, so let's say you have 10 USDT set here. So that means each of the buy the bot takes is going to be 10 USDT. Now the margin call limit. So how many times do you want this to happen? So if you want to choose 2 coins. In this instance, since we're using commodities as an example, yam, and then you also want to buy corn against the USDT. Hey student, have you said hi? Say hello to people. Hello. So if you chose these two, and then your margin call limit simply means how many times do you want the bot to buy when the market dips. Remember, if it dips, each time it dips, the dip is your friend, because that's when it actually gets to make more money, because it falls, it buys, it buys, it buys. So let's say you choose 7 times. So so each time it falls 7 times, the bot buys at 10 USDT each. So for example, the bot here 800 naira, it falls to 770, it buys for 10 USDT, it falls again, it buys, falls again, it buys. So it does this for 7 times. That is this margin call limit. It depends on what you chose here, that will determine what you have under your margin configuration, under your trade setting. So if you chose 7 times under your margin configuration, you have 7 might not get all of it, but you have 7 here. You have 7 times for you to choose how many percentage drop the bot should buy for you. So what position take profit simply means at what point, if this begins to rise, at what point should it take profit? So if it rises, remember we bought our yam at 800 naira. Let's say if it rises by 1.3%. Now it's easier for you to get a smaller profit than waiting to get a very big profit. So instead of waiting for you to get, let's say 20 or 10%, so just put 1.3%. That's why it's even there by default. 1.3%. You can have 1.5%, depends on your grade. So let's use 1.3% as our position take profit. So it means every time the price goes up by 1.3, the bot takes profit and keeps profit and goes straight to your Binance. So what position take profit callback simply means, so if you have 1.3 as your take profit, now if price is going up, let's say this is where you bought from, and let's assume this is 1.3 and this is 1%. So price is going up, price gets to 1%, and then remember, once it hits 1.3%, it's supposed to take your profit. So if price doesn't get to this 1.3% and it starts to fall down, so this simply means, hey, close my trade at 1.00%. So 1.0% away from 1.0% away from 1.3. So if it doesn't get up to 1.3 and it starts falling, close it once it hits 0.3 away from the take profit. So that's this. So for your margin configuration, remember I said this is as a function of this, of your core, how many times you want it to buy each time it falls. Now if you have more money, depends on it all depends on your balance. If you have more money, Oscillator has gone. So if you have more money, you can have this at 14 times 20 times. So it all depends on how many times you want to have that, because so each time it falls, it keeps buying in anticipation of price rising, and then you keep selling, and then you make your profit. So let's say we've chosen 7 times here now. So I recommend you use, because initially when I joined, I was told to make this 1 1 1 1 1 1, but after I've done my studies, I figured no, it wasn't. Buying each drop at 1% is too soon. That is like saying I bought here, so each 1% it buys, each drop it buys, 1% it buys. It's too soon. It's buying too soon. So I started to use the default setting. If you're on your trade setting, you see, I can't remember the word, but you see something like recommended setting. So click that and use that instead. So that will give you some fractions here. So I think the first one is 3.3%, 4%, 5%, and the rest of them up until 8 or so. So, but then I tried to tweak this myself. I used 10, but it didn't work. So stick to the default setting. Stick to this default setting. So each time it falls, so for your first buy now, let me show you what this means practically. So it simply says, what you've done here is, hey, so I buy at 800 naira. So each time price, the first time if it falls 3.3%, buy. If it falls again by 4%, buy. If it falls again by 5%, buy. How many times now? Now this next place now is saying, how many times should I buy? That's what the bot is asking you. So let's have 1 here. So if it falls by 3.3%, buy just once. If you have more money, you can say, okay, buy twice. But I recommend you buy 1 1 1 1. But then the steepest steep, the deepest dip, that's why you cannot have it so that you get more money. You cannot say maybe buy twice. So that as it falls again to 8%, it will now buy twice. So 10 USDT times 2 times. So it buys it 2 times. It falls again, if it buys it 2 times. So once price is going up, it makes more profits for you. Now remember, this setting is totally dependent on how much you have in your trading account. Depending on how much you have in your trading account. So if you have more money, you can increase this from 10 USDT, maybe 20 USDT. Because the more your money, the more your profit. So that's about it for now. I want to end this. There's more settings, but I don't want this to take too long so that you get bored along the way. So I'll end the video here. This before I end the video. When you're in your quantitative, you see this underneath at the bottom, and then batch setting. So this batch setting, you can use, if you press this, hit this batch setting, and check. You see where you have all, and check all. It simply gives you the option of doing the setting from all the coins, so you don't have to do individually. You don't have to do one individually. So you can do for everything. Now, but why I'm here is this amount here. So whatever amount you see here in your quantitative beside batch setting represents how much is available in USDT for you. So that is simply how much has not been used to buy any coin. How much has not been used to buy any coin. So for example, if you had 140 here and then the bot has bought 4 times. Remember, you said 7, you should let it buy 7 times. So maybe it's that it's 4th deep and it buys 4 times. It buys YAM USDT for you 4 times. It buys this for you 4 times. So you're going to have 10 times 4, that's 80, and then 40. Altogether it makes 80. So you definitely have some change here. Since that's used 80 USDT to buy for you, so you're going to have 60. So here you see that you have 60 USDT. And you can see this even in your Binance. If you go to your Binance, you hit on your Binance, you hit your wallet, and then you go to sports. If you see the coins listed that you're holding, you see what you're holding. In this, my example, corn, yam, and then you see your USDT, Ethereum or something like that. You see 60. So this is the amount of USDT you have that is not in any coin. Simple. So I'll end the video here, and there will be a follow-up video. I'll do another video to explain more of these settings, and I hope you've been able to get value for this video. Please, if you have, just like the video. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and also turn on the notification bell so you get notified when I release another video, a follow-up video to all of this setting. So guys, thank you very much, and stay safe.